At the moment, this is just a jar with distilled water in it. But I have a piece of wood here that I've drilled 2 holes in to hold my silver electrodes. Now, there are certainly other ways to keep your electrodes apart from one another and steady, but this is what I've done. And this wood, by the way, happens to be purple heart, which is a tropical hardwood and kind of expensive and rare, and people shouldn't be chopping down the rainforest to get to it, but I didn't buy very much of it anyway. I had some left over, and that's what I used it for. Here is my multimeter. Put that on ohms. So what you want to do is test the resistance before and after. You see that needle's barely moving. Which is fine. The more it moves, the less resistance you have, because it goes backwards on this scale. Most people would use a digital multimeter, but I like having a dial. Now here are 2 9-volt batteries. Not 3, just 2. And I'm not going to show you the brand name of the batteries, because that doesn't even matter. And this is a very, very simple setup with wires going from battery clips to alligator clips on the other end, and with an LED included in the circuit. My connections aren't that great. You see it's flickering. There we go. And you just hook it up. And make sure that you've got a connection. That's one good reason to have your LED in there, is so that you can tell. Also, though, as there is less resistance in the water, the LED will brighten up. You see it's very dim right now. And it will get brighter as time goes by. And the thing about brewing colloidal silver is that the brewing time, and it's not really brewing, it's electrolysis, but the time that it takes is there are many variables that influence how long it's going to take. So I don't know. It could be an hour. It could be 45 minutes. It could be a half hour, all depending on all these variables. One of them, believe it or not, is the phase of the moon. This process is affected by the phase of the moon. Strange but true. And what's happening here is that we have a low voltage, a very low voltage in this case 18 volts, not 27, so I'm not using 3 batteries, just 2. And that's important. We have a low voltage going into one of the electrodes, the anode, and then it goes through the water to get to the cathode, and particles are released from the anode into suspension, which is just pure water, distilled water. You can use reverse osmosis water because it's just as pure. There you see it's going. And I will come back after a while and we'll see how it went.